We have 3 piles here. 1, 2, 3. Take a moment to get in touch with your intuition and your higher self. And pick the pile that you feel most drawn to. And if you guys enjoy this reading, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp, a donation, make a purchase, hit that little super thanks button. Thank you guys to everybody who does any of those things to support my channel. Everything you guys do helps so much. It helps far more than you guys know. So thank you guys for that. I have a lot of things that I am trying to catch up on financially right now with very little money coming in. So at this moment in time, that particular one really, really helps. So thank you to anybody making purchases recently, making donations recently, or anybody leaving tips with their purchases too. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all of that. And let's get into this reading. Sorry, give me just a second. I pulled an Otter Pop out of the freezer a little bit ago to let it get nice and liquidy. And I just realized that I left it there. And now it's liquidy. So pile 1. What happened in this particular situation here with what you guys are going through? We have Sagittarius. Some of you could definitely have been being targeted because of how in the spotlight you are. Because of how different you are, how unique you are, how you dress, how you do your hair. And you could have been being targeted by people who didn't even know who the fuck you were. Like people that didn't even dive any deeper to be able to know who you were. Scorpio, passionate. There's a starfish here. There have been a lot of things that have been hidden from you. There could have actually been money hidden from you, or there could have been affairs hidden from you. Somebody could have been hiding how much they were making. Or who they were dating, or their sexuality. Somebody could have been hiding their jealousy of you as well, or hiding their shallowness. Somebody could have been very jealous of how brightly you shine. Somebody also could have forgotten to tell you, 233, how inspired they were by you or how much they learned from you. Somebody could have actually been taking the teachings that you taught them and trying to pass them off as their own. Somebody could have also been involved with someone that you were with behind your back. For a lot of you, once upon a time, this person was your best friend in some way. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can. Hi, Tori. Nice to see you, beautiful. Yeah, there may have been addictions at play here. There may have been, once again, something going on behind the scenes. Somebody could have also been trying to manipulate a situation. Somebody could have been doing something behind your back that you didn't know about. Or somebody could have been extremely attached to something. Maybe even attached to an outcome in a situation. We have pizza here. The more we share, the more we're gonna get. 22. Somebody could actually even want to make peace in this situation at this time. They may feel like they made a mistake in some way. Somebody was definitely hiding their cards. They were hiding what they were doing in situations with you. Every time I see this guy in the sunglasses, it makes me think about how people a lot of times will wear sunglasses so that you can't look in their eyes. This person might have actually been very intimidated by how much you could see just by looking in their eyes. P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta. This person also could have just been spending a lot of their time partying, a lot of their time doing a lot of things that were very shallow. They were definitely doing a lot of things that were very shallow. They were hiding their intentions. They were keeping things under wraps. For some of you, they could definitely have been sleeping with someone that you were with behind your back as well. There's definitely that feeling here. There's a lot of things that they kept hidden. They could have been very cold emotionally as well. But I feel like this might have been a facade for how deep their emotions really ran. But this person likes to stay in the shallow pool because they don't like to dive into their emotions too deeply. So for some of you, these people could have actually been using some sort of drugs to mask their emotions or to bury their emotions under the rug in some way. This person had a lot of toxicity going on in their life, especially when it came to overindulging in aspects. Tay, T-A-Y. Tarot with Tay just came to mind. So some of you here may actually watch Tarot with Tay, and she may have actually had a reading that can resonate with this, that resonates with you as well. 42. She may have said something that made you think about something, and if you're remembering it at this moment, then that's what that is. L.A., Los Angeles Times. News, gossip. There could definitely have been a lot of gossip being spread around about you in some way. Once again, with the targeting, there could have been some sort of gang stalking. This person might have actually been the person like at the top of the totem pole when it came to that gang stalking. Luna, Lane. Somebody could have been trying to destroy what you were working on in some way as well. They may have felt very intimidated by you or your presence. They may have felt like you were better than them in some way. And you may have made them feel very inferior to who you were or what you were doing. New. La 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 la. I can't hear you. So somebody could have been ignoring you intentionally to try to trigger you in some way too. There could have been like ghosting or breadcrumbing, or there could have been like, if you were in a group of people and this person was talking, 42, and you were talking, and it was like they would talk and then you would talk and then they would talk again, like you didn't even say anything, like they couldn't hear you, like they didn't notice that you were talking or that you were even there for some of you. Z, lazy. This person could have been very lazy as well, and that could be part of the reason why they were taking the things that you had. You might have been somebody that a lot of people weren't seeing at that time. You might have been hidden in the background in some way. You may have been not very prominent in some way. So they really felt like they could get away with taking what you had and showcasing it as their own. And they didn't think anybody would ever find out because you were so well hidden. But now you're being very revealed at this point, and everybody's starting to see this person for who they really are. I, Z, easy street, easy street. Nobody knows, that is off of Annie, and it's the orphanage lady and her brother and his girlfriend that are singing that because they're coming up with a way that they can make money off of Annie. Nay, lay, lies, zap, zeal. Yeah, your passion, your zeal, the life you bring to things. This person wanted to tarnish your reputation or cause people to see you in a very negative light or a negative way. For some of you, at points, they may not have even mentioned your name. They might have just mentioned things that triggered people to think about you or interactions they had with you. And then kind of laid it on thick about their opinions on that or their feelings on that, trying to kind of modify the way that you were thinking or the way that others were thinking. Could have even been the way that you were thinking in some situations. Nut, Nat, Nate, late. I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late. This person could have always been really busy too. And I feel like they really weren't very busy. They could have made it come off like they were extremely busy, but this person really wasn't doing much of anything. They just wanted you to think that they were busy That way you didn't question why they weren't around, and that way they can get away with like being around when they wanted to be around and taking from you when they wanted to take from you, but not really having to be there when you actually needed them. On target. Follow your ideal life path. You were following your life path. You were following your purpose. You were feeling really good about yourself and everything that you were working on. And you were really making things happen in your life, and it was really causing this person to go into a headspin of jealousy. For some of you as well, this person might actually be jealous of your sexuality, or of the romantic partners that are interested in you, or of the gifts you get from certain people. They could have been jealous of how others relate to you. For some of you, there could have actually been something to do here with a trans as well. And if this trans was like the opposite sex transitioning into your sex, they could have been extremely jealous of the fact that you already were biologically born the sex that you are, for some of you. Magician. Yeah, manipulation was definitely this person's game. Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, Nine of Cups. Say you're happy now, once more with feeling. After this situation has completely ended, you're seeing things much differently. So is this person. This pause, this delay has really caused you both to see things extremely differently than you have in the past. Love to you too, beautiful. Thank you. Definitely appreciative of each and every one of you, especially anything that you guys do to support the channel. All your comments mean the world to me. Likes, shares, subscribes, donations, purchases, everything you guys do to support me and my work. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Your intelligence is something that this person envied. You worked really hard, and you have been through a lot in your life to gain this intelligence, to gain this wisdom. And it's not just knowledge where you can pick it up from a book. It's wisdom that you have gained through your experiences. You're a very truthful, honest, straightforward person. You may be very sharp as well with your words at times. This person wanted people to think that this was too good to be true, that there was something hidden behind that mask, or maybe this person really wanted to trigger you into expressing your feelings more instead of just the logic behind things. You might have actually even like ran into somebody at one point in time who thought that they knew you and thought that they knew your story, simply because this person had already told everybody your story in some way. This person loved to have something to talk about, and you were something to talk about. It gave them an in a lot of situations to be able to have the inside scoop on you. Because I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of people that were super close to you at this point in time. I think you're really opening up and expanding a lot at this time, and you are showing your full self to a lot more people, which is why things are being exposed in this situation. You have all the tools, skills, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, emotions. Everything that you need to create the life that you desire is within you. And this person does not feel like they have that within themselves. This person's extremely shallow and, once again, extremely lazy. I'll never tell, 'cause there's nothing to tell. She snores, he wheezes, say housework and he freezes. She eats these skeezy cheeses that I can't describe. I talk, he breezes. She doesn't know what pleases. His penis got diseases from a Shumach tribe. The vibe gets kind of scary. I love the musical episode of Buffy. Where do we go from here? to be seen. Kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. So some of you guys, when you cut this person off, they could have wanted you to feel like you were completely alone. They could have wanted you to feel like you had no one if you ever ended up cutting them off. So they could have kind of isolated you from the world, especially since there was a lot of gossip going on about you outside of your friendship. And you may have been like a little leery of letting a whole lot of new people in. So this person was able to kind of get there first and fill people in on who you are. So people didn't really want to have anything to do with you. And that way, if you ever did decide to drop this person as a friend, you would feel like you were completely alone. And you would kind of come running back. But that's not what happened either. This person's starting to realize that their idea was kind of a little faulty. And they're also starting to realize that you were one of the best people that they had in their life. You were very honest with them, very truthful with them, very straightforward. You weren't somebody that was just going to people please when it came to them. There may be a lot of people that are intimidated by this person in some way, or who have really fucked with this person at some point in time and were kind of crucified for it. So people have a tendency to stay away from messing with this person in any way. But you weren't afraid of them, and you broke free of that. And I feel like there's a lot of other people that are breaking free of that now too, because they're following your footsteps and they're very inspired by you. So that's what I have for pile 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Would love to hear what you guys had to say about it, whether or not it resonates, what you might be going through, all that kind of stuff. And if you guys did enjoy this, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp, a donation, hit the little super thanks button. Thank you guys so much for all of that. And thank you guys for the purchases you make on this channel as well. The tips you leave, things like that. It all helps out so much, you guys. Really appreciate it. Pile 2. For you guys, let's see what was going on in this situation, or what is going on in this situation. Taurus, trustworthy. I think the first pile was a past situation because everything that came out seemed very past energy. Aries, courageous. Closure. Virgo. Somebody's inspired by your speeches, by your boldness, by your daring, your stubbornness, your headstrong energy, the way that you don't back down. You could stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. No, I stand my ground. I won't be turned around. This world keeps dragging me down, but I stand my ground. C, copy, O, P, Y. All these cookie cutter bitches. Snow the Product, cookie cutter bitches came to mind. Copycat, the movie Copycat actually just came to mind. I don't know if anybody's actually seen that. In the movie Copycat, there was a forensic psychologist, I think is what she was. She had studied a lot of psychology. She was very intelligent when it came to criminology and the minds of people that commit crimes and things like that. She had been raped at one point. And after one of her lectures, she kind of became a, I can't think of the name for it right now, where they stay home all the time and they never leave their house. And she started having somebody stalking her. She started having somebody following her or spying on her, making prank calls, leaving weird things on her porch, all kinds of crazy stuff, to where the safe space that she had created for herself because she thought it was safe within her own home actually became the place that she had to fear the most, which actually kind of broke her of her agoraphobia. That's what it's called, agoraphobia. And so some of you could actually be dealing with somebody that is a copycat, somebody that is trying to do to you the same thing that somebody has from the past, or trying to trigger you in the same ways, or trying to hurt you in the same ways. Or it could be somebody trying to copy who you are and what you're doing and how you're doing it as well. There could be a ex involved here, or this could be like an ex friends with benefits. Somebody's kind of like speaking and inspiring others to be on the defense or on the attack with you in some way. Somebody could also be like stealing your speeches, stealing your words and calling them their own for some of you. 33, B, C, because I like it. L, J, LL Cool J just came to mind. G, all the little G's want to be like, on my knees in the night saying prayers in the street light. IT, it girl. D, I'm the G that all the little homies want to be like, on my knees in the night saying prayers in the street light. Keep spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. Keep spending most our nights living in a gangster's paradise. The money and the power and the money. Or sorry, power and the money and the power. Minute after minute, hour after hour. They're all just fronting, and that's why I know my life is out of luck, fool. Jig, gigolo. So there could actually be a male that's selling themselves in some way. Bit, bet, cop, coal, caught red-handed. Somebody's about ready to get caught red-handed with something. Getting jiggy with it. There could be somebody around you that really loves rap music as well. Maybe you do. Maybe some of you actually have written some raps. Doppelganger, big, city, bright lights, big city, that's where I wanna be. There's definitely a lot to do with music here as well. Transformation, fiery climax. There's getting ready to be a fiery climax in this situation and a massive transformation. There's getting ready to be a very big shift here. Jalopy jungle. There could be something to do with a young junkyard here too. Pay, ploy. Yeah, you could have had some really weird things happening. Like, okay, there was one day that I got back to my trailer, and it was parked behind Maverick at the time. I went into Walgreens next door to grab something, and I went back to my trailer, and I left it in my trailer. And then I walked through the grass to go into Maverick and use the bathroom. I was gone maybe 5 minutes. Came back out and walked through the grass back to my trailer. On my way back to my trailer through the grass, one of the rocks that was inside my trailer was sitting in the grass. And it was a very prominent rock for my trailer. It was one that was easily recognizable. Lately, there's been a lot of times where I jump back in my vehicle and the sun blocker, the visor thingy, is down. I don't leave it down. But yeah, just little things like that that almost make you feel like you're kind of going crazy. There's about ready to be something revealed here, though, where you're actually going to get to see that you were not crazy at all any of this time. Koi, boy, ally. You might actually have an ally, too. The justice system could be involved in some way. Libra. Dragon. Somebody could be born in the year of the dragon. Somebody could be a leader. Somebody could be in a position of power and authority in some way. We have a computer here as well. Somebody could be making fake profiles or fake pages. Somebody could be gang stalking you. There could definitely be some gang stalking here where it's more than one person. Somebody could actually be paying somebody to do some of these things as well. And somebody could actually be investigating what's been going on with you. And they may have found a lot of proof on things. Somebody may even have like photographic proof. Or maybe like messages or recorded phone calls or something. Bitcoin. Real estate could have something to do with something too. Air. We have Libra and we have air. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. So there is a need for you to step into your intelligence, to step into your logic, to really be able to grasp this situation, to be able to investigate it without your emotions getting involved, without being triggered by it. I feel like a lot of you, the reason why this might be happening too is so that you can learn how, Call of Duty, so that you can learn how to deal with these situations with a level of coldness, instead of being so fully immersed in your emotions to where it bothers you so much or it triggers you so much or it causes a lot of pain or a lot of difficulty in your life. You're learning how to detach yourself a bit more from situations like this. Piggy, huff and puff. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. But my house was made so sturdy that you aren't going to be able to break it. Death, Four of Swords. Yeah, this is ending and you're going to be able to rest easy. You're going to be able to enjoy yourself. You're going to be able to just have some time for you. You're going to be feeling really good after this is all over. Somebody could definitely have been trying to copy your work as well. Somebody could have actually even stolen a computer of yours or somehow got access to a computer of yours with files on it. Somebody could have gotten the password from somebody else you know that had the password as well. It could have been a shared computer at one point. You've been doing a lot to take care of yourself. You've been doing a lot to end these situations, to finalize these situations, to kind of cut them off and cut them out. And once again, with the whole real estate thing, there could definitely be something with real estate going on here. Because we got this death card shows somebody selling their house. They're talking to a real estate agent. They're selling their house. They're moving. They're getting up and out of Dodge. You could be doing that. Some of you could be moving. You could be moving to a different city. You could be moving out of the current your house you're in. Or you could have already made this move. And this move is going to bring you a lot of stability, a lot of peace, a lot of time to just take care of you and focus on you. There's going to be a lot of happiness and joy and success coming into your life. There may even be a happy union getting ready to take place as well. Somebody could have been trying to destroy a union. Somebody could have been trying to set it on fire. Set it on fire. Set it on fire. There could have been black magic or witchcraft going on in a situation as well. To cause illusions. To cause, there could have even been like shit tons of options placed in front of you, 47, so that you would be very confused about what direction to go. People could have been wearing masks. People could have been wearing costumes. People could have been pretending to be something they weren't, 55. Everything could have fallen apart in this situation, in a certain situation in your life, because of these illusions, because of all these different things coming your way. For some of you, this situation kind of forced you to sacrifice yourself in some way for someone. Somebody may have even been trying to cause you to sacrifice your happiness in some way. All on your own, because it's like they couldn't take it from you, so they had to force you into sacrificing it. I feel like if that's the case, though, you're getting ready to take it back. There's a lot of joy in a particular option for you. There is an option for you that is the best option there is, and it's going to bring a lot of joy, a lot of peace, a lot of stability, a lot of happiness. I feel like that could be part of the reason why you have these people trying to copy you and trying to do things your way and trying to really change who they are instead of loving themselves as they are. They kind of want to morph into you, and it's because they see how happy you are in the things that you're doing, in the situations that you're in, and they want that happiness for themselves too. Yeah, somebody could definitely have been like stalking you though and following you and trying to cause you to feel crazy or look crazy. There could have been a lot of gaslighting involved in this situation, things like that. So at this point in time though, I feel like this massive transformation is going on, is taking place or has taken place. Either you are moving or you have moved out of a situation or away from a situation or out of a city or a house into a new one. And this is bringing you peace. This is bringing you a lot of time for self-care, self-love, happiness, joy, peace. And it could have even been that you were in a state of peace, happiness, and joy at the time that this person started attacking you too, but you found it again, or you will soon be finding it again. Because as this tower was brought down and as everything fell apart in your life, you realized how unstable the foundation was, how not sturdy it was. And so you've been able to put your foundation back together in a much healthier manner, a much more stable, solid manner. Like I was saying earlier, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. But you can't blow my house down because it's too strong and you'll never be able to do it. Too much time, effort, energy, and attention to detail went into it. And if it wasn't for this situation that you went through, you would not have done the things that you did to increase the stability within yourself and within your life. So send up some gratitude for this person and the shit that they were doing, because everything that they did only caused you to become more strong, more stable, more solid. And also praying for their healing may help as well too, because you know what? That's what's going to help this situation more than anything, is them healing. So that is what I have for this pile. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you guys had to say about it, whether or not it resonated, what you might be going through, all that kind of good stuff. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do to support this channel. The likes, shares, comments, subscribes, timestamps, donations, hitting the little super thanks button, making purchases, and the tips that you guys send me when you purchase sometimes. Thank you guys for all of that. It really helps me out so much more than you guys know. There is so many things going on in my life on a regular basis, and there's been a lot of sacrifices that I've made to be able to be here to lead you guys and to help you guys on your healing journey. And everything that you guys do in any way really helps that so much. So remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, the timestamps, donations, purchases, all that good stuff. It really helps me. Thank you guys. So let's get started with pile 3. For you guys, let's see what is going on in this situation currently. You are very protected. I feel like this is definitely a very present situation, like in the current moment this is going on. Maybe even some future energy going on here. Handmade. Hi, Zarok. Nice to see you. Aquarius. I hope I said that right. Could be like Zarake. I don't know. Aries. And this sleeping moon. Sleeping peacefully. Ooh. You guys are sleeping peacefully in a state of faith, in a state of positivity, in a state of hope, optimism, joy. You're wishing on a star. When you wish upon a star, you will go so very far. You're welcome, sweetheart, and thank you. You guys have really stepped into your faith, and if it wasn't for the situation you're dealing with, I don't think you would have stepped so fully into your faith. You could have been somebody that had an issue with, like, the need to feel safe and comfortable. You may have been somebody who locked your doors behind you very frequently. You could have been somebody who had a really hard time letting in the outside world, things like that. And you might actually, it's reminding me of the experience I went through where all last summer and all the summer before, I slept with my doors and windows wide open while somebody was stalking me, breaking into my house, doing weird shit. And I slept with my doors and windows wide open, and I slept peacefully. You guys have stepped into a level of faith where, and if you haven't yet, you soon will be, where you feel very protected, you feel very stable, you feel very strong, and it doesn't matter what anybody's doing outside of yourself, because it is not affecting your mental health. It's not affecting your stability or your peace or how you're feeling inside. Some of you could have a father that's on the other side that is watching over you, guiding you, protecting you, maybe even a grandmother as well. If that's the case, they definitely want you to know that you are very watched over, very protected, and that faith is not placed in the wrong hands. My dad at one point, as I was arguing with him about the way that he likes to handle things, and yes, he's dead. I was arguing with him about the way he likes to handle things, and he sent me a video. I never really watched The Sopranos at all. Never really had any videos or ads or anything like that pop up for them at all, because I never really watched it, never really had anything to do with it. But my dad did. He absolutely loved The Sopranos. So at the beginning of the year last year, at one point when I was talking about somebody I knew and not wanting them to spend the rest of their life in prison, all my guides are like, you don't know what they did. You didn't see what was going on behind the scenes. And I was like, I don't care. I don't like the idea of that. And my dad sent me this video from The Sopranos where it is Tony Soprano's daughter. She's sitting in a restaurant, and this guy comes up to her, and he starts saying something about her having some cream on her mouth, and you're Tony Soprano's daughter, right? It must be fun to tuck you in at night, and all kinds of weird shit. So he leaves, and she goes home and she's talking to her mom about it, and her dad walks in and she's like, "What?" He's like, "What's going on?" And she kind of vaguely mentions what happened, and he goes down there to visit that guy, and he beats the fuck out of him, fucks him up, and then he puts his mouth on the table and cracks the back of his head, and all of his teeth pop out. My dad's like, that's how I handle shit, so you know what? I'm handling this. And I'm handling it in a much more peaceful way than I usually would, so be happy about that. You're very protected. Henry. Henry from Once Upon a Time just came to mind. Henry is extremely protected on that. Not only does he have his mother, he has his adoptive mother, the evil queen. He also has Snow White and the prince and fucking everybody. Everybody is busy protecting that child. The cricket, Jiminy Cricket. Her story. W-Z-A. Your story is very important. Who you are is very important. Your purpose is very important. M. This is also reminding me of, and I know most of you have probably heard this because a lot of you have been here for a while. Thank you for your loyal support as well, and everything you guys do to promote this channel and stuff. It really helps. Anyway, there was a guy, we were on this bridge, and he said something about the guardrail and why they had to have them there, because if those weren't there, we could just drive right off this bridge into the water and drown. And he was sending fear energy my way, like literally. People can do that. They can send you, just like you can send calm, healing, peace, love, light. Yeah, they can send you fear. And so he's sending fear energy my way. I felt it thrill through me for a minute, and then the radio started singing, "Not gonna drown in the water, 'cause the good Lord ain't bringing me home." And I just looked at him and started laughing, and all of a sudden, he was fucking way terrified. His fear energy went right back to him the moment I took my power back, and the moment my faith came back, and my peace and my calm came back. And I was like, We already had this conversation. I'm here for a reason. And until they want me home, I'm not going anywhere. So if you drive off this bridge, the only one dying here today is you. Never had to have a conversation with them like that again. Zamzos. There could be something with pets here as well. W. P. The fucked up part. They were not only putting stuff in my drinks, they were putting stuff in my animals' drinks and food too. But my animals won't drink or eat it when it's like that either. I was trying to figure out why they wouldn't eat their food. They weren't eating for like 3 days. And I'm like, what the hell? Why aren't you eating your food? And I'm looking at their food and I'm like, holy shit. Some of that stuff that's been in my drinks is in their food, isn't it? Sure enough, it is. And it had kind of started turning the same color as their food because their food had a little bit of extra grease in it. So it was like, you know, the grease was absorbing into that stuff and it was kind of turning that color. So it was hard to see it in there, but I washed their food off and sat it in front of them, and they had the entire bowl gone in less than 5 minutes. So my pets aren't any stupider or more stupid than I am. W-L-Y, Lay, New Jersey, and J. Some of you, there could be something to do with a missing person that's very important here as well, or somebody that was adopted, or somebody that was kidnapped in some way. Play, and that's only going to be for a couple people, but there could be something like that. Pray. Yeah, you're praying and playing, and playing and praying, and you're releasing any kind of judgment, any kind of doubt, any kind of fear. You're just letting it all go. You know that you're very defended, very watched over, protected. You also know that if they actually, it's kind of like myself, I was like, yeah, let them come in when I'm actually here. They don't come in when I'm here. They only come in when I'm gone. Must be afraid of something. 4155. Must be afraid of something. Somebody the other day, I reminded them, you know what? It was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I reminded them, hey, just because I'm not doing anything about the weird shit that you're doing doesn't mean I don't know about it. And just remember, we already had this conversation, 11:33 and 42, that if you want to fuck with me, fuck around and find out, dude. Because you will get fucked up, and I know you will. That person disappeared the next day. Barely heard from him since. Magazine. The magazines working that Photoshop. That shit ain't real. Come on now, make it stop. I got all that boom boom in all the right places. All the right junk in all the right places. Oops. It's pretty clear. I ain't no side too, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. My mama said boys like a little more booty to hold at night. Way. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Weapon, were. Truth hurts needed something more exciting. New man on the Minnesota Vikings. Why men great till they gotta be great? Don't text me, tell it straight to my face. 44. Something to do with music here as well. Somebody could play music. You may know somebody that's in a band, or you might be. Somebody could be very angry and targeting you in some way, or zigzag, waylay, trying to delay you, or trying to mess up your path, or trying to block you in some way. They're very stubborn, and they may be taking a little while to learn the lesson, but they are learning that lesson. Dreamtime lover. Somebody might have actually seen you have an interaction with somebody, and you didn't know that they seen it, and they could have got extremely jealous, and they might have actually just been like, fuck off, I'm out of here. You could have been dealing with somebody that was self-sabotaging as well. Somebody could have definitely broken your heart into like a shit ton of little pieces, and they could have chosen somebody over you or something like that, and then they seen you as somebody else and got extremely angry about it. You could be having dreams about somebody that you've been with in the past as well. I actually had a dream about somebody from the past last night. And weirdly enough, I had part of a dream, woke up for a little bit because I actually fell asleep when I was in the middle of doing something, went back to sleep and actually started having more of a dream about them. And then woke up at the end of it, like, so that I would remember it or something. I don't know, but usually I don't have another dream about the same topic when I fall back asleep. But apparently there were still some messages that needed to come out. So some of you are definitely having some dreams about certain situations in your life as well. You can't stop me. Minio, you can't stop me. And Odd Squad family. Done did everything they said I couldn't do. I done did everything they said I wouldn't do. I done did everything they said I shouldn't do. And with God as my witness, I made it through. You made it through. You are an example for everyone. That what you're believing in and your faith is not misplaced. That your prayers do not go unanswered. You have a very big purpose in this world, and a lot of that is to lead and inspire people to believe. Spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. Exactly. Damn straight. You have so much fucking protection on your side at this moment. Prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. You were meant to be someone. You were meant to accomplish something. You were meant to do something. You were meant to really level up in this world, and you're meant to go places. You're meant to go places, and anybody that's trying to stop you, or anybody that's in the way, or anybody that's causing any problems, 4655, they are definitely going to feel it. They're going to know it, and they are going to see why they shouldn't be messing with you in any way. They will be stopped dead in their tracks. Somebody could have been stealing from you. Somebody could have been taking from you. Somebody could have been lying to you or about you. Somebody could have even been trying to steal your story in some way and make it their own. Somebody could have been trying to control the narrative in some way. And somebody could have been trying to steal any happiness from your life, or trying to keep you alone, trying to keep you out in the cold by yourself, trying to make you feel like there was nothing or no one that you could rely on. But look, even while she's out in the cold by herself, she still has these two little gnomes that are following her around, helping to guide her and showing her that, hey, you're not alone. That reminds me of this last year when I was middle of winter, and it was just a really shitty week and a shitty night, and I was by myself, and I was like, you know what? I know I'm not alone. You guys keep telling me I'm not alone, and I know you're here, and I get it. But it would be really freaking nice to have somebody show me in the actual physical world and not just the spiritual world that I'm not alone. To have some actual physical fucking person around me to show me that. Immediately, my boyfriend at the time called me. And then my neighbor at the time called me. And then my neighbor for the next 3 or 4 days, every couple hours or so, messaged me to be like, hey, are you doing okay? Hey, are you doing okay? Hey, how's it going? What's up today? You want some company? And for the next 3 or 4 days, my boyfriend did not leave me alone pretty much at all. I feel like you have somebody here right now for you that is listening to you, allowing you to express yourself, allowing you to feel your emotions and express them, and is still loving you. I feel like you've had a lot of people throughout your life that have turned away from you in your time of need, that have turned away from you when you've been emotional or when you've been going through something, or who have gaslighted you or made you feel like you were crazy for the things that were going on or the things that you were seeing. Maybe even for your intuition and your psychic abilities. Maybe for your empathy and your compassion and your love and the light that shines within you. All of those things could have been things that were used against you, or things that were really... people tried to destroy them, and people tried to, and I think a lot of it too isn't so much that, it's more that they really felt like they were not good enough. They maybe even felt like they were being pushed away from you because they weren't supposed to be a part of your life for some of them too. I feel like you have been in a lot of people's lives to bring healing. You're a healer, and I feel like, kind of like myself, people come and then go. They're there and then they're gone, and then they're there and then they're gone, and then they're there and then they're gone. Because you were meant to bring something into their life, and then they weren't meant to stick around forever though. And so you could be having a very hard time dealing with this. And right now you have somebody around you that, regardless of what you're going through and regardless of what's happening in your life, is still there and is still focused on you and is still giving you that time and that attention. And this could be right after somebody else has just broken your heart and disappeared on you and ghosted out and did something stupid. And yeah, the time that you have spent alone and the time that you have been on your own has really helped you to develop your intuition. It's really helped you to develop your wisdom. It's really helped you to develop your skills in a lot of ways as well. And so I feel like all of the gifts and abilities that you've had before are enhanced at this moment greatly because of everything that you went through. And I feel like the situation that you're coming into right now is very different because you're not alone anymore. Even if you are out in the cold, there's somebody else that's been out in the cold for most of their life that is a healer as well, that is standing right next to you. Somebody that has been ostracized, or somebody that has been manipulated or used or abused or stepped on throughout their lives too, is standing right next to you. And you are both there to be a shoulder to cry on. You're both there when you need someone. You're both there for each other in a way that you've never really had somebody there for each other, with that unconditional love, that unconditional care, that kindness, and that beauty. It's more of an equal give and take. But I feel like this came after as well. The last situation that you went through could have been one where you both decided to go your separate ways, and it really didn't end that harshly either. You were just like, you know what? The situation is what it is. I'm going to let it play out the way it's going to play out. And when it did, you didn't take it to heart. You just let it go and you allowed it to be what it is. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold me back anymore. I don't care what they're going to say. The cold never bothered me anyway. Some of you could have picked pile 1 as well, because I was singing part of that song in pile 1 too. The kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. That's the part I was singing in part 1 though. For a lot of you, there's definitely something to do with music here too. Some of you could be getting ready to write a song or sing a song. Somebody could actually have somebody writing a song for them or singing a song for them or to them. There could be songs that are coming to you right now that are reminding you of a lot of people from your past. The one that's coming to my mind right at this current moment is blue ain't your color. It looks good on the sky. It looks good on that neon buzzing on that sign, but it don't match your eyes. That one was one that there was a guy that got put in the father category that actually was able to handle that role and respected it and was fucking really amazing in it. He passed away last year. After my dad and my father-in-law and my stepdad all did. I didn't have one for quite a bit of years in my life, really. My dad was in and out a bit, but wasn't really there. And then all of a sudden I had my dad there and my stepdad there and then my father-in-law there, and had 3 dads. And then they were all taken away around the same time. So some of you could be dealing with something like that too, where you have lost somebody very important to you in your life. And it could have even been a situation where you went into it and it was like an amazing situation. Everything was extremely equal as far as the give and take went. You both enjoyed being alone and on your own at times. You both had a very equal give and take. And then this situation ended. And it caused you to feel more alone than you've felt in a very long time. But you are not alone. You definitely are not alone. I'm doing a question for 5:55 today. I was just getting ready to get off here actually, so if you wanted to throw your payment and a question down there, I can do your question really quick. So that's what I have for pile 3, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Would love to hear whether or not it resonated, what you might be going through, all those kinds of things. And if you guys did enjoy this, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp. donation, hit the little super thanks button, make a purchase. All those things really help me out, you guys. Thank you so much for anything that you do to support this channel. I really do appreciate it, and it really does make a world of difference to me. While I'm waiting for your payment in question, I will do a little bit of a collective message for everybody and see what comes out here. We got the King of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, that works, sweetheart, the Sun, and the Stars. So at this time, you're feeling very inspired to go after something in particular, to create something for yourself. You're feeling inspired as well to maybe hold back a bit in your energy, to make sure you're saving something for you. Till It's Gone by Yellow Wolf. What will I have if I give till it's gone? You're really coming into some sort of truth as well about why others have why others have held back from you in the past. Maybe even why your children have held back from you for some people too. There could have been some sort of manipulation. There could have been some sort of possessiveness going on in some way, or controlling energy going on in some way. There could have been something being said or done in the family, in their other side of the family. There could have been like a lot of abundance or a lot of money or a lot of things like that around them in another place. And they could have felt like maybe they would be ostracized from the ones that they loved or the ones that were caring for them in these ways. If they put too much time or attention on you in some way. Doesn't have to be children either, but we do have the Empress coming out right when I'm saying that too. So you've been taking time for you, you've been healing, you've been growing, you've been having the chance to be able to have a bit of a break and to enjoy yourself. Use this time for that. And know that everything's going to be okay. Try not to do anything too impulsive. Somebody might actually reveal the truth about how they feel about you and how amazing you are as a parent as well. How much they look up to you. How much you mean to them. My oldest daughter actually sent me a song she wrote recently, and holy fuck. And you know, she has literally the voice of an angel when she sings. Like literally the voice of an angel. And this song she sent me was fucking beautiful. It made me cry. It was, if I think I write good, if anybody here thinks I write good, if you've checked out my... What are you talking about? Find somebody to sing it. You have the most beautiful voice I've ever... Find somebody to sing something as phenomenal as that? No way. So anyway, yeah, there could definitely be somebody coming forward with a message that they want to share with you. One that's going to bring you hope, joy, inspiration, truth, knowledge, and understanding about why things have been the way that they are. And for a lot of you, you might have actually, pile 3 is definitely one that will be here to see this message. Sorry about that, sweetheart. Cards on your daughter. I know I forgot that I didn't actually have my phone charged all the way this time. And so it ended up shutting off in the middle of that. So a message about your daughter. Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. Oh, damn. I was thinking you were inspiring her too when I seen the Knight of Wands come out. Especially with that message that I decided to have as the message while I was waiting for you. Because it turned into a message from a child to a parent. She's feeling very inspired by you. She feels like you're an amazing teacher, an amazing leader. Ooh, I I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She's always right there when I need her. So your daughter really feels like you are very much there for her when she needs you. That you are her cheerleader. You cheer her on. You inspire her. You help her to trust in herself as well. You're also a very creative person. You have a lot of artistic energy within you. You also have a lot of sexual energy within you. And your daughter, I feel like, is just kind of coming into that more sexual energy and sexual nature of herself a bit. And she's kind of looking to you for that guidance as well. She's trying to please you, trying to make you happy in some way. She is working extremely hard at this time to try to make you happy. I feel like you should definitely be encouraging her to do what's best to her and most important to her, instead of trying to do things to make you happy. Not friends anymore. She may feel like you guys are not friends anymore. You might be feeling like you're not friends anymore. Yeah. You guys could definitely be not talking as much recently as you have in the past. Have hope, though, because this rough journey that's going on right now is creating a stronger bond and a stronger foundation for the both of you. There's going to be a lot to celebrate in the near future because you guys are learning, you're growing, you're overcoming some obstacles that are going on between you guys. Cutting the ribbon. Black and white. Maybe feeling right now like you guys are opposites in some way. Maybe you guys are opposing each other on a certain topic or a certain situation. Maybe even on what her future should be, or what she should be doing to generate income, or what she should be doing like school-wise or dating-wise. Aries, yeah, there's a lot of fights right now. Drama. She may be going through a lot with her friends as well. There might actually be some fights going on between her and her friends. And that could be a lot of why your guy doesn't want you to get this message. I think it's somebody that doesn't want me to give you this message. But they are taken care of now, and it's going to go just fine for the rest of it. Thank you again for your purchase as well. There's a lot of things that are financially messed up in my life right now, and there's a lot of people who would like to keep it that, but they're not going to succeed. Anyway, yeah, she is definitely going through a lot of pain right now. I'm feeling like this is a teenager, and she has a lot of extra emotion going on right now. Her emotions are running high, her hormones are running high. She could also be dealing with a grandparent as well. Maybe her dad's mother, that could actually be trying to like cut ties between you, or trying to get in the middle of things or something like that. And it could be as well that maybe you said some things about her that she doesn't like too, because she may love her. I've only been talking for about 30 seconds. Sorry so much about that. I don't think it's spirit that is not wanting you to get this message. I'm pretty sure it's other people fucking with my shit. But they are gone now, and it's going to be just fine now for the rest of the message. I'm feeling like she's a teenager. Is she a teenager? Because I'm really feeling like she's a teenager. There's a lot of like really heightened emotions, hormonal energy going on. A lot of like anger and pain and sadness. And it could definitely have something to do with a grandparent, like possibly her dad's mother. Oh, okay. Well, 30s one of those times it's kind of similar to that too, where your hormones shift and change. And yeah, she's going through a lot of pain at this point in time. Your parents? Okay. Yeah, she's going through a lot of pain at this point in time, and I feel like there's a lot of extra emotions going on within her. She may be trying to cut things out to kind of free herself in some way. And a lot of this that she's going through right now, oh, okay, she doesn't have his parents. A lot of this that she's going through right now could definitely be because she is trying to control her shadow and her light side, trying to accept and love both of those qualities inside of herself and inside of others. So she's starting to notice and realize for a long time, we really look past the flaws of our parents a lot of times, kind of like the parents look past the flaws of the kids. And then, like, all of a sudden, everything hits you like a ton of bricks, and they notice every single thing that's gone wrong forever. And then, in the process of doing this, though, and in the process of going through some of the experiences she's going through right now, she's going to really be finding out just how much, exactly, I knew it was you. Ignore the person on there. That's about as much energy as they get, is ignoring them. They don't need any of our energy or any of our space. They're not able to fuck it up anymore, so guess what? Now they're on here expressing things. Anyway. Yeah, she's going through a lot of pain right now, but this is like a rite of passage. It's something that she's cutting through with herself internally. It's something that she is dealing with that's really just part of what she needs to go through. So, I wouldn't worry too much about it, though. She's going to find her way through it. And I feel like a lot of the reason she's going through this is she feels like she has done everything throughout her life to make everyone else happy. And now she needs to break free. She needs to step into her own power, and she needs to step into her own leadership. And sometimes that requires us to kind of pull away from everybody around us and be in our own energy so that we can understand what we want and how we're feeling more so than how everyone around us is feeling. And you are really inspiring her at this time. She's very inspired by you and your energy. And she feels like you have taught her so much. So much. While at the same time, she's really trying to get through some of the pain that has been experienced between the two of you. And I also feel like she really is upset about you guys not being as close anymore right now too. You might be very upset about this too, but she is extremely upset about this. She may not know how to bridge that gap or how to create a transformation between you guys, because I feel like she thinks that if she comes back into your life or you come back into her life, that it's just going to end up being the same way that was in the past. Like she's going to revert back into who she was instead of who she's been becoming. Her city shows up on your videos. Don't let pride get in your way. That's the biggest thing that's coming to mind right now, is don't let pride get in your way. Call her and, talk to her and, reach out. And if she isn't responding or isn't receptive and things like that, then just allow things to be the way that they are and be patient and allow her to come to you, because she will come to you. Oh, as who viewed your videos. Okay. Then I would just allow things to be the way that they are at this time and have patience and allow her to come to you when she's ready. I feel like right now she's really going through a massive transformation in her life. And she's been kind of hot and cold, on and off, unsure about what direction to go or where to go, developing her skills too. I feel like she's been putting a lot of time, effort, and energy into whatever she's working on. And she may even have a lot of responsibilities she's dealing with as well. But be patient, because when she gets through this journey and comes out the other side, she's definitely going to be reaching out to you. She missed having you in a transformed way, in a way that's different than it was in the past. Because she doesn't want to go back to being that child. She wants to be on the same level with you and feel like she is on the same level with you. So that's what I have for you, sweetheart. Thank you again for your purchase. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here today. Thank you for your support and everything that you guys do to support this channel and what I have going on. I really appreciate you guys. It means the world to me. And once again, thank you for everything. I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. You're welcome, sweetheart.